No, I was Diva the whole time. You were McCree. By the way, I saw my time to shine. I was like, okay, maybe I'll try to do it this time. We'll see how many I miss. And I saw that shield. I was just like, oh.
He's got me. He's got me. He's got me. Got him. Got that janitor kill, ain't I? Got that janitor kill. You res me up. You'd already done the damage. One little pulse. All it took. Money.
Boom, got first pick. Boom, got second pick. Why are they just standing there letting me take them out? What is wrong with these guys?
I am busting fools, dog. This shit trying to lake up. Oh my god.
Let's get this party started. It's a party in here. Bingo! Come on, Dan. Where your antennas at? You got on bunny ears? Oh my god. I know why you gonna kill me, cool. We got to take this out like we can take this off. No, you sleep. Nah, cause we got steroid on our team.
Today, rabbits were fighting for carrots at Kim Kardashian's house. The rabbits couldn't make. Some of them got killed by her makeup. Others got killed by just staring at a fake butt.
Man, I was already kind of excited about Mario, but like,
Dude,
not
I was
the same.
excited, but once I played it, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I feel like my expectations had gotten, I was like tempered, but from seeing what I'd seen, I was like, all right, this is definitely Mario. Fair, I appreciate it. I'm glad to see it. And I was definitely worried that it might be too easy, and there are definitely easy parts, but there's so much.
Yeah, you bit on that one, huh? You found some parts that weren't too easy, huh?
I feel like, especially like the same way with Breath of the Wild. Not that I don't like this, but this makes me so excited for the next iteration.
I think Nintendo's finally listening, you know what I mean? To people and what they want. Kinda.
I mean, this whole game's a love letter.
Like, hey,
straight up.
It really is. It
Mario.
I love every bit of it too.
Have you gotten to New Donk City?
No. I've warped there a couple times in paintings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's it.
Are we gonna call
it's
this
only
a
small
spoiler
ones that I like
cast?
going to. Might as well.
That I wasn't expecting to get the Tyrannosaurus so quickly. Like that.
Right I know, right at the first board pretty much. Like, yeah.
Because you saw that, I thought it would be like a late thing. They're like, all right, finally, I get to be a T-Rex. Like, T-Rex is like, oh.
No, they're like, you be a T-Rex right from the get-go, motherfucker.
Yeah, it gets good quick.
It's sleeping. It ain't even trying to fucking do nothing. Just go ahead and throw its fucking hat on it, and you be a T-Rex. Later on, when it comes at you, the motherfucker's trying to kill your ass. Like, oh, damn. I was like, oh, shit.
But speaking on that, what do you think of the difficulty overall, like enemies wise?
I mean, the enemy wise, I mean, they were hard. Some of them were all right, hard, but some of them were pretty easy. I think they got a good blend. Like the hardest part that I ran into in my play experience was once I got to that poison level. Like, because I would try to run through, because I run through shit quick usually, but I would keep trying to run through it quick, and I would see a block, and for some reason I wouldn't pay attention to the floor, and there would be some poison stuff under it, and boom, I'd run right into it, like, oh damn. I was like, okay, so they're up in the difficulty. Right there is when the difficulty went up like 5 steps.
Well, I think that's the thing. Mario, the difficulty's never really been from the bosses or enemies. It's been from the precise platforming and trying to make that perfect jump.
Yeah, well, that's true, and that's what I love about Mario. Like, I mean, I've always been good at platforming for the most part. Like, 2D Mario's, like, I'm just like a god. I always run. Always. Yeah, like, always. I'll run like a freaking crazy man, jump through there, and people watch me playing like, what the fuck, how do you do that? Dude, I was like, I'm like, Mario's easy. Like, I could play the board the first time and do that. Yeah. I'm just so used to the controls, just built into my brain.
I will admit,
playing them my whole life.
Playing, I'm assuming you play with the Pro controller.
Oh yeah.
I've
Fuck
been
yeah,
playing
that's
the
great.
entire time, especially since I do play a lot of mobile on the Joy-Cons.
Really, is it
I-
good? Because I've been wondering.
I
If
do like
it's...
it, but I don't know if it's the game or if it's me or if it's the Joy-Cons. But every once in a while, I feel like, excuse me, my control is a little different. Like it's not very,
Yeah.
not that it's not precise. It's just that the Joy-Con, the amount of room that you have in order to move the analog stick, it's going to be much more dramatic because you have a smaller stick. So every single move you make is going to be more exaggerated.
I mean, I
So do
don't
you
know
feel
if
like you
it's
can be
like
more precise with the
I
Pro
mean,
controller?
look, the only problem. Look, the Pro controller is great. Like the only thing I would say that I would want to try the Joy Cons for is anytime there's a motion control.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work right. You know what I mean? Like I'll tilt it sideways and it'll do like the up motion movement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can see with the Joy-Con, it probably works a lot better,
It
right?
is a
Like if
lot
you do
easier
the
with the
side
Joy-Con,
motion,
yeah.
if you do the side motion, you're probably getting the side motion pretty much, 95% of the time or 100%, pretty much. But with with the Pro controller, it seems like, I guess it's a little more sensitive in that it's not, it's a whole controller with two hands.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm going up and side kind of at the same time. So
Maybe.
I can see that.
But one thing I do like about the Joy-Cons is that you can play 2-player. I don't know if you've tried that yet.
I have, yeah, I'm with my son. It's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I thought it was pretty
the hat.
cool. Yeah, the half.
Yeah, and you can like
I
control
kind of
the
wish I
hat
could play
and
that
stuff.
with the half by itself sometimes.
I don't know about that.
'Cause
But
I like the sideways
it's fun.
controller thing. I don't know why. I like it.
Oh, you're talking about just use the control scheme of using the hat?
Yeah.
Like the Joy-Con control scheme?
Of just the sideways.
I mean, I
yeah.
don't see why they don't let you do that.
Like, I mean, you don't really need that many buttons.
No, you really don't. You really don't.
But honestly,
Really
I
don't.
love that the hat has made Mario's moveset so much better, in my opinion. Like, going into other Mario games, I might have a problem because in order to get to a lot of high places, if you jump up, throw the cap, and have it hold, and then do your butt stomp, and then hit the button again, it'll fling you forward, and then you'll hit your hat, and then jump up even higher. But you know what one of my favorite things about Mario is?
What's that?
How it works so very well no matter where you are. Like, especially in mobile, I don't know how much you've played mobile, but when I'm at work and I get like some downtime because I work at
I haven't
shipping
played
company.
any with the mobile, all straight on TV console. Yeah.
I work at a shipping company, so there will be times when we need to receive trucks or send out trucks or whatever, but a lot of times in between those times, there's just basically nothing to do. You got about like maybe 5 minutes at best before something else comes because it's steady work, but there's intervals of rest. And in those intervals of rest, I'll get 1 or 2 moons and then go back to work, 1 or 2 moons, go back to work, 1 or 2 moons.
I mean,
It's a slow day.
that's pretty awesome because, like, it is kind of quick. Like, you can get moons pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it is kind of you can kind of play it casual, but then it is the hardcore game, and it's,
And then when I get home, it's the worst thing ever because when I need to go to sleep, it's just 1 more moon. 1 more moon. It takes half a second.
Right?
Just get 1 more moon. Just 1
I know,
more
right?
moon.
Why
And then I can just finish this little story bit, and then I'll get the triple moon, and I'll have 3 more moons and just 1 more moon.
And you get a couple more, and then you can go to the next board.
Uh-huh.
Might as well get 2 more. You might as well get the next 2. I mean, it's late, but you might as well get the last 2.
And you're already
going
halfway through the board.
And then
so
you're
you
at the
might as well
board,
finish
and you're
it.
like, I got to at least try it. I got to play a little bit to see what's on this new board.
Exactly.
And then you're stuck. And then you're halfway through it. And you're like, well, fuck it. Might as well finish it.
I'm surprised I haven't beaten the game already.
Yeah, me too. Look. If I would have had more time in the past couple of days, I think I would already beat it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
From what I
because
understand,
I breezed through that whole first. I bombed through it the first day I got it. That Sunday morning when I got it, like literally, I went there when Target opened Sunday because I waited for that sale. I went when Target opened. Fucking got it. Came back home, played the shit out of it. I went through the first 3 or 4 boards real quick. I had like 40, 50 moons or whatever real quick because I was getting as many as I could. That I saw and I could on each board before I even went to the next one. I wasn't worried about what it said I needed. So I mean, it's awesome. It's really fun.
That is the thing I like. Like when it came to 64, you had to get a lot of stars in order to progress in any general way, and you had to really push yourself. But in this game, you can push yourself, but you really, I think it's like 16 star or moons that you need in order to progress to the next board. Which, if you're just playing in general, chances are you're going to get. Every time I actually left a board, I would end up having maybe double that.
Yeah,
Depending
way
on what board
more.
it was.
The one board I got like 30 moons. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't think there was that many on a whole board. Like I got 30 moons. I think there's more on it. I
Mhm.
don't think I got them all.
That's the
That's
great thing.
ridiculous.
And from what I understand, the post game, like once you beat the game, there's more content than in the just regular vanilla. So they want to get you that nice little story bit, and then they're just like, here, have a metric ton of Mario just to play with.
Well, did you hear, like, I don't know, like, this is kind of spoiler for anybody, but did you hear about what happens after you beat it?
No, I did not.
Do you want me to tell you?
I'm going to say yes for the viewers.
Okay, well, it's
Just knowing
just
my
it's
heart,
just
I
kind
want
of
to
like
know.
an Easter egg.
All right.
Well, it brings you to the Mushroom Kingdom at the end.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and you can actually remember the original. Well, no, it's not. But it's like they bring you to the Mushroom Kingdom, and you can run around there, and it's got Princess Peach's castle.
Oh, so it's like the
original
64
Mario 64
version, but just prettier?
Well, kind of, but really pretty.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
like you can go into the one special room. Remember that room that had the? Remember that everyone was like, "Oh, there's this thing you can unlock Luigi." Remember that? I know you remember that. Yeah, it's got that room, and there's some little Easter egg to unlocking Luigi. It doesn't unlock anything, but it's like you throw the head on it, and it does. You know, it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Is Yoshi in the game too? Then maybe.
I don't know, but you have to even do this thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You have to put Mario in there's a costume, a Super Mario 64 costume, and it makes him all polygonal. It makes him look like Super Mario 64, like
That's
exactly like him.
Oh, I can't
wait. Yeah, then you go into that special room like that, so it's pretty cool. So it's like you go back into Mario 64.
Speaking on costumes, I didn't know I wanted to play Mario dress up.
I know, right?
Every
It's
place
fun.
I go to, I'm like, I gotta get the proper attire for this area before I can do anything. I need to get the coins.
That's what I'm saying.
Because like right now I'm in the snowy area, and I had enough to get just the little parka hood, and I was like, Mario looks so silly just with a parka hood, and then just I was like, no, we gotta fix this now.
A parka hood and the swimsuit. Damn, Duck.
I did buy the swimsuit. You know,
I hear that.
I got them.
There's
Mario
1,000
nipples.
expensive too, man.
Oh yeah.
It's like damn.
Although I will say, depending on how much you die, I don't die too much except for when it's the insta kill stuff. Then I might die. Like that poison stuff messes me up.
Yeah, the poison sucks.
Overall, I just spend my money. I don't buy any of the decorations. I figure I'll come back through and get those later. But I just keep spending my money on all the outfits.
Yeah, me too. Well, I've been getting the decorations too because because I get the outfits first, and then if I still have coins, I start buying the other things.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
I've already maxed out coins on a couple boards already. Like I got them all, so I'm finding everything, man. Like I love games. I love games to find stuff.
I've been less thorough. What I end up doing in a lot of games like this is I'll do my pass through everything, and then I'll just basically go back from the beginning and just meticulously get everything from that point on.
Yeah, see, I try to be meticulous from the beginning and then kind of clean up at the end. You know what I mean? Things I kind of missed here and there that it was, kind of the harder ones or something.
I definitely grab everything on the way, but once I get to the end of a board, I'll look around for like half a second, see if I can find a few more moons, and then I go on. Also, something I never noticed, and maybe it's my color blindness, I had no idea Mario's mustache wasn't the same color as his hair. I've been staring at the menu while we've been doing this with little Cappy. By the way, this menu is so delightful. We have the continue and the 2 players in this.
Hey, Ducko, I'm just saying, how old is Mario?
I have no idea. Like the actual game series or Mario himself?
Well, Mario himself, because the game series is like 37 years old, and he had to have been full grown before it started. So think about how old he is. Man, he don't got the same color hair because he's dyeing his hair, Duck.
Mother hugger. He must moisturize being like a 7-year-old man. He like Jackie Chan. He limber.
That's what I'm saying.
Or maybe Mario is Jackie Chan.
I mean, damn. I mean, he might be. No, might as well be. Damn.
Well, he does his flips. He does his own stunts.
I think he, honestly, but Mario does a little more than Jackie Chan. I mean, let's not sell Mario short.
No.
I mean, I think Mario could whoop Jackie Chan's ass.
Yeah,
any day.
Now, there's one question I did want to ask.
He just throw his hat on him. You know, done. Take him
Mario
over,
Chan.
then whoop his own ass with him.
Oh
Damn,
damn.
Jackie Chan just got whooped by his own self.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop
I
hitting
know, right?
yourself.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now I did
Yeah,
want
but
to
this
ask,
game is awesome.
how do you feel with the capture mechanic as in place of getting power-ups? Because you don't have your fire flower or any of the other traditional Mario stuff.
I don't mind it. It's fun because I mean you still have a lot of powers
Oh,
within
yeah.
the board. You have numerous things you can take over, so it's pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, granted I would kind of want a fire flower. You know, every once in a while,
Yeah.
kind of nostalgia. I do like my fire flowers, but you know, every Mario always has the different power ups. It feels the same. It feels natural for
Yeah.
the series, really. It really does. Like, you know, you
And
take over this thing and it has a different power and it has something, you know, it plays completely different. It's just like any Mario, like when you were a bee or when you turned into a fucking
That
what
bee
was that?
suit. Oh, I hated those levels so much.
The bee suit. The bee suit was fun. Don't
It
hate on
was
the bee
so
suit. It
dumb.
was fun. The bee was all right.
Nah.
Don't hate the bee. Or the Takuni
Mario
suit.
bee tripping, man.
Takuni. Come on, Takuni suit.
Oh, I love the Takuni
One of
suit.
the
Flat
best
out.
ever. Yeah. That was my favorite.
Or
by
Tanuki,
far.
not Takuni.
Whatever. Takuni,
Yeah.
Tanuki, whatever.
Yeah. And with having the hat anyway, it might as well be a power-up. Just that one that you never lose.
That's true. That's true. Yep.
And
I kind of like I like the live thing. Like, I don't mind not having lives. It doesn't feel like it's missing anything.
no.
Because if you think about it, even when you ran out of lives, you just hit continue.
Yeah.
And you're right back at the same spot. It feels
And I'd say
exactly the
this
same.
is not exactly, this isn't worse, but it's more impactful personally to me because every time I die, I'm like, I just
you
lost
lose
a
your
bunch
coins.
of coins.
You're like, fuck.
I needed those
You're like,
coins to buy
I
some
know, right?
awesome pants.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
Like
Some
thus
more
far, I
pants,
haven't
man,
been
some
short
hats.
on change to buy clothes, but every once in a while, I'm just like,
Me neither.
I'll die 3 times in a row to something real dumb, and I'm just like, that's 100 coins gone. You have any idea how long it took me to get them 100 coins? I don't know either, but it felt like forever.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, do you remember the water board?
Water
The one
board?
that had that big, it had that Lapras guy in there. He looked like
Oh,
Lapras
yeah,
with a hat
yeah. The water level, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Well,
The cheap
why couldn't we take him over? I thought we could take that guy over. Come on.
I
Control
was
him.
hoping, but no.
I wanted to. He had a hat. He had a hat on.
I kept smacking
I
him.
wanted to take him over. I know, me too. I was trying. He just got mad. He was like, get away. He said something smart ass. Like, come on. What are you doing?
Also, I don't know if you ever
But he
read the
has a hat.
descriptions
I
of
don't
the
know.
clothing, but
Sometimes, yeah.
the swimwear, it is non-functional.
Mhm.
It is there purely for aesthetic.
I never read that. So it doesn't do shit.
Basically, it is there to look pretty.
we're gonna tell you straight out, you're gonna pay 1,000 fucking gold for this, and it don't do nothing, but you can see Mario's nipples.
Mm. Well, I'm talking about like the scuba gear, like you get a little floaty thing and a snorkel that you get from the water area.
Yeah. Well, all the other ones seem to kind of help a little bit, don't they? Within the areas.
They're all aesthetic. I mean, there are certain doors you can get into, like in the desert area. If you put on the poncho and the sombrero, you can get into the mariachi club.
I remember that.
But overall, just this game. Like, it doesn't do anything particularly amazing. Like, I'm not trying to downplay. It doesn't do anything particularly amazing that Mario's really never done before, aside from the capture mechanic. But it does everything Mario the best that I've seen it done in Mario.
That's true, man. I mean, as far as the 3D Mario, it's awesome. And what about when it flips to a fucking 2D Mario in the middle of it? Like, what?
The thing that really got me is every time that it goes around a corner of like a pillar or it goes around the corner of a room and you just see the perspective switch and I'm just like, oh my god!
I know, and it's like you're in 8-bit Mario Land again. You're like, what?
And I don't know if you've ever gotten any of the 8-bit moves yet.
It feels exactly, yeah, I have.
Yeah.
And it feels exactly like 8-bit Mario.
And there's
you know what I mean? Like the run and
for
jump.
every single board.
Yes.
There's a completely different track for every board. It's ridiculous.
It is, man. I mean, you know, like, look, do you know how, like, when you got the 2D side-scrolling Marios that are, like, the good graphic ones, like the newer ones, like the new Super Mario Brothers and all that stuff? it did like the way Mario felt as he ran and did certain things, cut back and forth. It felt a little different.
Yeah.
It didn't feel the same. It was more fluid. But even when it flips to that 8-bit Mario in the Odyssey, it feels like the 8-bit.
Yeah.
Like
That is
Mario.
the thing I liked about like
It's crazy.
what was it, Super Mario 1 through 3,
Mhm.
where if you feel more precise in those games. Like, I don't remember
Yeah,
wrong,
you
I
do.
love the ones
Way
for
more.
the DS and the Wii and the Wii U and everything else.
Yeah,
But I always felt more precise in that straight 2D world because you're going pixel as opposed to a 3D object.
that's true. I think that that's partially what it is. The controls
Yeah.
were just tweaked perfectly. I think for the
Yeah.
controller and stuff too, with the D-pad and everything, all
Mhm.
that whatnot. But I want to. That's the thing that irks me. I want to play with the D-pad in that 2D part.
Yeah.
Why don't they let me do that?
I
It
don't
won't
know.
let me do it. I tried it,
No.
and it makes me use the analog, even though I got a D-pad on the Pro controller. And I wanted to use the D-pad there, and that part, I was like, yeah, I can use that.
The
No,
D-pad,
can't do
the
it.
D-pad's used for the map, and
Yeah,
that
it
the
doesn't do
map.
anything but that.
That's it.
Yep, that's it. Yep. Unfortunately, I really did want to use it in the 2D parts. That'd been cool.
Mm-hmm. Now, I hate to be a downer. Did you have any issues with the game? Because I know I've had like one that pops up every once in a while.
I haven't had anything, man. Really, I mean, not that I can think of.
Every once in a while, the thing I do like overall, the camera works fantastic when it works. Like, it will follow you when it needs to. It will kind of give you freedom to move around when you need to. There are, on occasion, like, I will want to get a better view of something, but it'll be one of the more side-scrolly sections, so it won't let me get a full turn, which does irritate me. But every once in a while, the camera will just find its way into a wall, and then I'll have a weird view, and then I might die from it. But it's only happened like 2 or 3 times, but overall...
See, that hasn't happened to me yet.
I find ways to break games usually.
That's something that would happen a lot in like Mario 64. It happened a lot.
Yeah, well,
Like,
Mario 64, you had one nub.
You had to control the hammer the whole time.
Yeah.
It didn't reset behind you like games nowadays and stuff, and try to give you the best angle. But still, I mean, I haven't ran into that yet, but it's possible it could happen.
Yeah.
That's hard to,
I've also played through a lot more, and I just tend to try to break games. I don't know why, but so something that can go wrong in a game, I will do it.
Yeah, I hear that.
Also, I know you haven't gotten into New Donk City, but you can ride a moped, and
Oh my
you can do jumps off of taxis normally, but you can also do it with a moped, so you can like chain taxis while driving a moped. It is freaking awesome.
That sounds really cool.
And then all the street signs in New Donk have a little question block on them, so you can just go get a coin real quick.
Okay.
It's so cool. And this is the first game that I've actually used that has the Motion Plus, and I can definitely tell that it is a very cool system. Like, trying every once in a while, I feel like, I don't know if you've gotten any of the, I'm sure you have, the moons that are like on mounds or whatever, where you have to find the vibration.
Yeah.
Butt
How
stop.
it kind of vibrates the right, harder and softer. Yeah, depending on where you step.
It's very accurate. I feel like I'm being
is.
pulled towards the thing. It's real cool. This is my first experience with
I
Motion
do
Plus,
like
so
it.
I'm sorry if I seem like I'm gushing a bit, but that's really cool.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's Motion Plus. That's
it is
a Wii
Motion
U
Plus.
thing.
Not Motion Plus.
No, it's
sorry, HD
it's
Rumble.
Rumble HD.
Whatever.
Motion
It's
Plus
one
is
of
like
them
10 years
Nintendo
old.
things. It's one of them Nintendo
10 years
things.
old. Motion Plus is Wii. It was a Wii thing, man. Not even Wii U.
Nintendo has
It's
all the terminology. Excuse me. The Wii U and the Wii might as well have been the same thing. That's the way they were to the public.
Well, true. I mean, you could use the Motion Pluses on the Wii U.
You ask Grandma you want to get a Wii U. It's like, you already got a Wii, now you need a Wii U. What's that it is?
What you want, really? Yeah.
Yeah, overall, just really like the game. Like, there's a small part of me, as much as I like doing this map, I kind of want to just keep playing the game. Because I got limited time. And I know you do, too.
Yeah, I would be playing. I mean, I want to try out the little Destiny update, too, because it was a Destiny update day. But,
Oh, yeah. And there's that, they had that DLC trailer at Paris Games Week, what is it?
That looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh my god. The Osiris stuff. I knew Osiris was a badass.
That'll be a talk for another thing.
Definitely a talk for another thing. Hey, but on a Nintendo Switch subject, which is Mario talk, but hey, Nintendo Switch subject, did you hear about the LA Noir? Holy God.
I heard about it coming to the Switch,
You hear how big it is?
No.
You know how big it is?
How big is it?
Oh my god. Well, it doesn't fit on a Switch.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
So unless you buy an SD card, you ain't getting it. And that's
Well,
even if you get the cartridge. If you buy the
Really?
cartridge, look, it does fit technically, but look, if you buy the cartridge, you got to put 14 gigabytes on your system.
My God.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
you have to. It's a required download. The game is
Man, the
30
Switch is
something
hitting that
gigabytes.
wall
It's
already.
30.
They need to
Yeah.
at least sell the Switch with an SD card.
Yeah, something because it's 30 gigabytes that game. So
I'm hoping that
yeah.
maybe like not even holiday, but maybe sometime next year they'll start putting just straight up giving you like 100 gig SD card. I think that would be enough, and you could keep a similar
That's
price.
true. Give them something.
You
Yeah,
can
give them
basically keep it
something.
at the same price, and then have the SD cardless one, which would be cheaper, and then you have the SD card one, which is the same price, but you get a 100 gig SD card. But it's getting
Yeah.
to the point where some of these games, like Nintendo, you gotta give us some wiggle room. Like people will buy the SD card with it. Don't make them buy it
That's
separately and
true.
realize I can't play this game I just bought. The how?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Nintendo's trying kind of, but at the same time, I don't know. Like EA says they're not going to make any more games for it.
Really? Aren't they doing
Yeah, they
FIFA?
made that FIFA. Yeah, they made the FIFA, but they said like they're not making any more games. They're going to wait until it's been selling for a year, and then they're going to reevaluate whether they're going to make games for the Switch.
By the time they decide to make games with a Switch, there's not gonna be a Switch. We're gonna be on Switch 2 or Switch Thin or new
Well, I
Switch
mean, they said
DS.
they're going to wait till it's been out for a year, and then they'll start thinking about making games for it after this FIFA thing because they don't know. So I don't know.
Oh, speaking of, I know we're still on Switch talk. Do you think there will be another version of the Switch, the way that Nintendo normally does their handhelds?
Maybe.
Because like with the DS, we had the DS, the DSi, the DSi
It's
XL,
true.
the 3DS, the new
I mean,
3DS, the
I don't
2DS, the
know
new
though. The
2DS.
problem with that is they're trying to do this modular concept.
Yeah.
Unless you keep it to where you can still use all the stuff on any system,
Yeah.
maybe. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
if they make a new Switch model that maybe it's a little faster or something, and I don't know. Usually though, Nintendo when they redesign their models, they redesign the whole model.
Mhm.
It's like you got the regular DS, and you're like, oh, we're gonna go to the DS Lite. And smaller. And I don't think they can do that with the Switch because then you have to change the whole fucking Joy-Cons and all that. How you gonna make them snap into
Well,
a
I
smaller
think
system
I
or
don't know about
snap in? I
smaller, but what
don't
they
know.
could do is like they could merge, and I know it's probably a terrible idea. They could merge the Switch with the DS line and do a dual screen thing.
Put two screens?
Mhm.
Maybe, but I don't think they're gonna
But
do that.
that might be a bit bulky.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Nintendo knows that they got two different audiences there. Like the DS line, you can sell a DS to a smaller kid. Like they got the 2DSs, what they're real cheap. What are
Mhm.
they like, $80 for
The
those things?
2DSs,
Like
yeah,
80
about.
bucks. Yeah, the regular 2DSs, they're
Mhm.
$80 or something. And it's not as complex, and it's just it's a little bit of a lighter weight Nintendo. You
That
can
being
sell it to a
said, the
small
2DS
kid.
is
So it's,
durable as all hell.
oh yeah, but it's like an entry level. That's what they're
Yeah.
using that for. That's your entry level to games. Like say you're a kid and you start playing little games and you're
Mm.
playing on the DS, and when you get older, oh, I want to switch or I want whatever they got out there. And that's I think they're
Mhm.
gonna always try to keep that model.
Yeah.
Nintendo's stubborn.
Oh yeah.
They're fucking stubborn.
I just know from dealing
you
with their
know.
handheld thing that they might try to do something. I don't know what it is yet though.
Yeah, but look, I mean, unless they straight up make a cell phone,
Mhm.
I could see them doing that maybe. A Nintendo branded cell phone. You buy this Nintendo, you can play all Nintendo games on it, and it's a cell phone and all that. Maybe they'll do that one
Don't
day.
you think that would be cool if
But I
they did
don't.
a smaller version that
It'll
you
be
could like
awesome.
basically like I'm taking a look at my phone right now.
Mhm.
Honestly, if it was a bit wider, you could just put the Joy-Cons right in there. Heck, you don't even need to have it wider. You could just have a phone that works with your Joy-Cons.
Maybe, but you don't want to kill their brand either. Like that's where they make most of their money.
No, I'm
Is
saying
their
they still
hardware.
need to make the phone. I'm just saying you could make a phone that
Yeah,
holds it, have the Nintendo
maybe,
branded phone, which of course would
maybe.
probably go with Apple or some nonsense like that, or AT&T
I would
because
hope.
AT&T
I would
jumps
hope
on
not Apple.
those contracts quick.
That's true. And Nintendo said once that they came up with that Mario game on Apple first, and they were like, "Oh, Apple fits our brand like a lot." And blah blah
Uh,
blah.
Well, Apple is more of a closed system, which is a lot like
That's
Nintendo.
what they like.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, Apple's got that shit locked down like us. Let's go to Apple.
Nintendo looks at freaking Android just like, oh god. Oh,
He's like, fuck
that's
this.
so
Everyone's
open.
gonna hack us. The whole world will hack us.
Uh-huh.
And they all get our games for free. Fuck that. We're going to Apple. Well, you know, I don't know. I mean, I think I want Nintendo to always sell hardware.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Like,
I really do. I don't want them to just start making phones because look, how many years has it been? Have they been telling Nintendo that you motherfuckers are going to be a third party and that all these crazy ideas you got for hardware is stupid and they're never going to do? And what do they do every time? They make everyone look like fucking idiots. So,
well, I will admit the Wii was definitely a misstep.
The Wii U was, but look at the Wii. People said that was it for Nintendo when it came out.
Yeah.
Look at this piece of garbage. It's weak piece of shit. It's got these crazy, like, gimmicky motion controls, and then that shit blew up and sold more than fucking any of the other consoles.
And people were
then
about
they were like,
Switch,
oh,
and now
damn.
we have Doom. Well, we will have Doom.
Yeah, that's true. And what did everyone do after the Wii? Sony and Microsoft tried to make their own motion control systems in order to. Yeah, is anyone playing on Kinect?
Honestly, I'm surprised.
Is anyone playing on the PlayStation? I guess the one thing's used for the VR now, but like still, no one plays those motion control games on PlayStation 4 VR at all. Period.
I really wish that Sony would put their hat back in the ring for handhelds because the Vita is a great system that no one owns.
Yeah, but the problem is they can't fucking compete with Nintendo, and they know it at this point.
Yeah.
Like this is the thing. Sony is like, they're pretty much what they always blame it for. Oh, well, we know that the mobile industry's dying, you know, and that's what they keep telling Nintendo too. But Nintendo's like, no, fuck y'all.
No, Nintendo just
we
keeps
still
making
sell
money hand over fist. The biggest thing between Nintendo
they
and Sony
own mobile gaming.
is Nintendo supports their console. Like when they put out the 3DS and the DS and everything else, they push that crap. They make sure that they're making games for the system. They make sure that it's properly supported. Sony puts out the systems like, oh, we put a few games on it. No one seems to want to buy the games. We're never going to support it again.
Yeah, well,
like it was
Nintendo
2-3 years ago that they decided that they
mobile,
weren't going to do big first-party things anymore. They just stopped doing that. That being said, the Vita still has amazing indie support. It's an amazing system that no one really knows is an amazing system because no one owns it.
I mean,
Sony doesn't
look,
push it.
I think the Vita was great. I mean, I never had one, but I mean, I had friends that had one, and I played it. It was awesome. I loved it. It was fun.
And it's fun with remote play too.
Yeah, but the problem is Nintendo has a lock on mobile gaming. That's the real problem. And
I
Sony
think
knows
Sony
it.
could
like,
compete if they tried, but they don't want to put in the resources, flat out.
Yeah, I don't think they want to. Honestly, Sony's fucked, really. The only thing that makes money in Sony is PlayStation.
Yeah.
They don't make money on TVs anymore. They don't make money on anything. They're going bankrupt. If it wasn't for PlayStation, they would be out of business. Literally.
They sure as heck don't know how to make a good movie.
Oh, God. Let's not talk about Sony movies.
I'm glad Disney came along and helped them out with Marvel.
Well, you know, Disney bought that shit, and they're like, hey, our name's on it now.
Well, no, Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man, unfortunately. They're making a Venom movie.
Well, I know, but the Spider-Man movie was all right.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie.
Spider-Man was all right.
Having that, spoilers. Having that cameo of the Prowler, that should be vague enough for no spoilers. I thought that was freaking awesome.
I mean, the new Spider-Man was good. Like, I didn't like that one dude that played it in between. What was that guy? The dark-haired guy. Like, he played it one time. It was horrible. Oh, my God, I hated that Spider-Man. I don't even know his name. I don't even know his fucking name.
I know who you're talking about, but he's the one he did the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah. I didn't like those. Oh my God, they were horrible. I liked the first guy that played Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, whatever his name is. Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fun.
I liked Spider-Man 1 and 2. Spider-Man 3 can die in a fire. Spider-Man 3 pissed me off so bad. You popped my Venom so bad. Like if it was just the Sandman storyline in that was great. But there was so much going on in that movie that it was hot garbage overall.
Yeah, you know. That was just one of them things where they just start pumping them out and they're like, we can make money with anything at this point. Spider-Man. You know? We got the name. And they don't care at the point. It's like what's his name? Oh God. Michael, what's his Bay? That
Michael
motherfucker.
Bay? Yeah.
Oh my god! Like his movies started out pretty good, and they always had a lot of explosions and shit in them, but they always had stories. And now it's just like, how many explosions can I put in every scene and no story?
I will admit, I did enjoy the latest Transformers movie. I don't know if I've just been indoctrinated after watching all of them.
I don't know. You've been Michael Bay, man. I don't know.
I've been brainwashed. I've been Bay-washed.
Damn, you've been Bay-washed. Damn. Oh my god. Hey, look, I lost respect for Michael Bay when he went out during like a convention, right? Talking about movies. I don't know what convention it was, one of the movie conventions. He was out there talking about one of the Transformers. I think it was one it was like two back of the Transformers.
Yeah.
Okay? And they asked him a question about the plot of the movie. Okay? His teleprompter broke and he couldn't answer the question.
I remember that one where he just froze.
He couldn't answer it. It's like he didn't know what his movie he was making was about. He's like, it's got explosions. Like he didn't say that. But you know that's what he wanted to say. He's like, look, I blew a lot of shit up in it.
I make big boom.
Yeah, it blew up. He's like, I don't know what happened, but shit blows up. Damn it. Oh god, I lost all respect for him. Like, oh my god.
Bringing it back to Nintendo eventually. I really hope they put out a new form factor for the Joy-Con grip because I hate that thing so much. It irritates.
You don't like the little the grip? Yeah, it's not. I don't use it ever.
Like
I don't use it.
If I had smaller hands, maybe, but when I first used it, it was like
you're better off just using the two Joy-Cons.
Yeah,
separate.
It just feels so constricting.
Yeah, which I kind of like. I think Nintendo's pushing this Joy-Con thing because they're like, again, they want to change the way you control games, and it does kind of feel comfortable sometimes. Like to use the Joy-Cons, you can sit there naturally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like with your hands at your side and be playing Mario.
I like to play.
It doesn't have to be together.
With my arms behind my head, holding up my head, and playing with my Joy-Cons behind my head. Like
there you go.
That is the main way I play. I just relax.
See, that's awesome. Like you can't do that with a fucking regular controller.
Nah, Nintendo like that. Nintendo hit gold.
That's pretty cool.
It was already like that kind of sorta with the Wii, except for the Joy-Con had that cord.
Not really, because the nunchuck had the cord, and you couldn't really do that because then you'd be strangling yourself with a cord.
No,
you like kill yourself, Duck.
But you still had more freedom to move your arms around. You weren't stuck with your arms at your side.
A little bit, only to a certain extent. Like
but
you
that
can't,
was where
you couldn't do crazy
was at
shit.
the time. Now we're at the Joy-Con age.
Yeah, I guess they could have done technically there were like 2 games that came out for the Wii that you could use 2 Wiimotes.
Yeah.
In each hand, kind of the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But it was far, they were far in between. It was that music game. Remember that one?
Oh,
Wii Music or something. Yeah, it was bad. But you could use 2 Wiimotes
game so
and conduct the symphony if you wanted to.
I wanted that game so bad because I loved music games, and then I got the game. And I was like, "This is hot garbage."
Oh god!
This right here.
I didn't go that far, because I started reading the reviews and stuff of it, and I was like, okay, I'm not getting this game. Sorry.
I thought it would be different.
You're like, I don't believe them. They're lying. Those liars. They just hate Nintendo. They're hating them. That's funny. Have you played the Samus Metroid game, the new one, 3DS?
No, not yet. I've barely touched my DS. I reserved Pokemon, and it's not that I'm dreading going back to my DS, but I want it on the Switch.
Hey, I heard that new Pokemon, they're bringing back every, bad guy ever is going to be, all teamed up to kill you in Ultra Sun and Moon.
I am
or whatever.
excited for that. Yeah.
Yes. It's the ultimate Team Rocket. It's crazy.
And I was thinking maybe we could do, a weekly show where, we just because are you going to be getting the game at launch as well?
Ultra?
Yeah.
Sun and Moon? Mm-hmm. When does it come out? Probably.
The 17th, I think.
17th. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be getting it probably before Christmas, either way. So
all right. Well, I figured we could do a weekly show where we do updates on where we are, what's happened, what Pokemon we've caught, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
If you do decide to get it at launch.
Oh yeah,
but I mean,
this show here has pretty much been a Nintendo Bites at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. with some random Michael Bay explosions.
Exactly. You know, that's what he's good for. If you could add some Michael Bay explosions into some Nintendo stuff, you might make some great shit, man.
Oh, I wouldn't mind some explosions. I mean, well, I think you'd have to probably put it into something like Metroid or whatever, and
yeah, Michael Bay Metroid. There you go. But there would be too many cutscenes. You'd be like,
yeah. We don't want another M. We don't want another M. Another.
That's what you would get. Yeah, other M.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't hate the other M. I don't know why you hate on it so much, Duck, but I didn't.
It's mostly the story.
It wasn't horrible.
The gameplay was there. It wasn't terrible.
It was all right. It was all right gameplay. But it was still kind of a 2D kind of.
It was a 2.5D
3D,
thing. I understand what they were going
2D,
for.
3D.
But coming off of Metroid Prime, it was a step back.
Well, I mean,
it was a major
anything's a step back from that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that 4 coming out. Oh my God.
Hopefully, step 4 will be a step forward.
I mean, Jesus.
Now,
it could be
I have
awesome.
a
It could be the
question.
best game ever.
Did you play any of Corruption was on the Wii? I have the collection for the Metroid Prime collection. I don't know if you played any of the Metroids with the motion controls.
I did not. I played them on GameCube.
All right, so you haven't played the third one, Corruption, because I think that was only on Wii, and that had a lot of things.
You sure?
It had a lot of things.
I played them all then. So maybe I played that one with the motion controls. You sure that was only on Wii?
I'm pretty sure it was only on Wii. Maybe
sure it wasn't on GameCube?
I might need to be fact checked.
I don't know.
But
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know I played the whole trilogy.
I
played it when they originally came out. I didn't get the remade trilogy on Wii. I know that.
I fell in love with the motion controls, being able to point at my screen and aim, because it felt a lot like keyboard and mouse.
See, I do remember playing with the motion controls, pointing and aiming on the screen during some Metroid.
If I could, do PC games like that, that would be amazing.
Thing is, though, it didn't feel as good as a mouse.
I liked it.
Wasn't even close. It was good. It was good, but it wasn't as good as a mouse. I like it better
than playing with.
You know why? Because you have to hold your wrist straight at the screen. A mouse, you're kind of relaxed.
Oh, I never held my thing straight at the screen. You don't have to. I was.
Well, you kind of do.
You well,
kind of. Well, you still
maybe I'm just the next level of lazy.
I don't know. You still got to kind of hold, like, it's not the same because, like, I don't know, your wrist, like, when I was playing the Wii a lot of times, like, my wrist would literally start hurting. I have tendonitis in one of my wrists, which doesn't actually flare up anymore. I think it was from the fucking Wii, man, because that's when I got it, and then it went away after I stopped playing it. You know? It's like, yeah, because I would, like, especially, like, Mario Galaxies and stuff, I played the shit out of those games. You had to jump, you had to fucking shake the fucking Wiimote pretty much. So it was ridiculous. Like on how much you were like making your wrist, like just literally just shake your wrist over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
It definitely. I do realize that one of the games I got, I believe it was a Bleach game that was literally just waggle at the screen, just as vigorously as you can.
Yeah. Oh yeah, some of the Wii games were just waggle games. You know? How fast can you waggle?
Yeah.
There you go. You win. See, like I know that like with the Switch they're avoiding stuff like that. You know? You can tell. They don't want games where it's just some stupid like they got real lenient on Wii U. Like they're like, hey, you want to make a game for us? Come on. We don't give a fuck what it is.
They did make a lot of money off of that mindset though, so you cannot blame them.
Well, yeah, but you know, usually remember back in the day when Nintendo shit was like, remember the quality control,
the Nintendo seal,
seal of quality is like if Nintendo like stamps it with the seal, it's like golden, guaranteed, great game, worth your money. And then they're like, oh yeah, this seal.
And N64 games were expensive.
Yeah, they were. But you know, you always got a good game back in those days.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You did. You really did.
I love Nintendo.
You always got good.
They crazy. They make some dumb decisions, but I love Nintendo. I just wish they could figure out the internet.
I mean, they're trying.
I need them to at least get past dial-up, please.
Are you gonna get Splatoon ever?
Splatoon 2? If someone else I know gets Splatoon, but I'm not gonna play.
Well, I have it.
You do have it? Oh, then I might get it.
Currently, but. I'm not opening it yet. It's a Christmas thing, but you know, it's not even mine. It's gonna be my son's, but I will have it. So I'll be able to play it. I got a bunch of games, really. I bought 2 set of those deals, so I got 6 games there.
Yeah. I'm
Only one I opened Mario though.
I'm excited for Nintendo's future because this year has been great, and they said that flat out like we're only gonna really be
They've
showing
been
what we
killing
have
it this
planned
year,
for this year. I mean, they showed other
and
end, but
they've been
short of
killing it.
that, they've just been popping out. I can't wait to see what
They
happens
did
next year.
that. They were literally. I literally think Nintendo's finally getting it. You know what I mean? Like I think they did that because they knew that they needed a big announcement, at least one of them during E3. You know what I mean? Usually they didn't never do that. You'd be like, Nintendo's gonna come out with a big announcement, and you'd watch the shit, and you'd be so disappointed. You'd be like, you'd be like Kirby and Yoshi, and this new IP that looks like shit that you don't want. And then finally they're like, look, Zelda, Mario, Metroid, what you want, motherfuckers?
I'm surprised we're not getting Monster Hunter World. Like that threw me for a loop.
Well, I think it's kind of it's might be above the graphics setting of the Switch. I don't know.
They could do it.
That's pulling it. I mean,
They
look,
could
Final
do
Fantasy
Doom.
said they couldn't. But Final Fantasy said they couldn't do Final Fantasy 15. They tried.
Well, I
It was
think they're
hard.
still trying.
Really hard. Well, they are, but I don't know that they're gonna. I don't know that it'll be the same game. They're gonna have to dumb it down because that game has some amazing graphics.
Well, they had to dumb down Doom too.
Well, they did 720, and it's only 30 frames.
Yeah.
Which at first they said 60, and we talked about it. Oh, it's gonna be 60 on the Switch, and then they fucking
Still pretty though.
made us look stupid. It is good, and 30 frames is not bad because one of our favorite games is shooters, Destiny. Always played at 30 frames. Halo's always been 30 frames, so you can't have a good shooter at 30 frames. So, but Doom is kind of that game that you kind of need 60 though. So I don't know.
It is what it is.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I do want to check out the LA Noir, though. It looks good.
I appreciate you coming to have a Nintendo talk with me, Map.
Man, I love Nintendo, man.
We always go off the rails. We can never just talk about one thing. We came here for the Mario. We stayed for the Switch.
Damn right. And we'll come back for the next handheld or console. Always there.
Nintendo's got me.
Nintendo
they
has
know
us.
it. I know it. I've just accepted it.
Hey, what about
this one
Animal
time.
Crossing Mobile? Let's talk about it. Bam. We got one more subject we got to talk about. Animal Crossing.
That on Android yet?
It's not out yet. But you didn't see there was a direct about it.
I did
Nintendo
not
Direct.
know.
Yes, check it out. Nintendo Direct about Animal Crossing. It's a legit Animal Crossing game. It's like exact to Animal Crossing, except you don't have a house. You have a campsite. So you have this campsite that's outside that you can decorate, and then you have a little RV that you can upgrade and make bigger and decorate.
Huh.
So it's like you got 2 things to decorate. Yeah. And you go around, you can visit other people's places, kind of just like Animal Crossing. You do all the little tasks for people. You get fruits and berry stuff and plant trees and all that shit. Yeah, look, it's exact to Animal Crossing. I don't know how they're going to implement the microtransactions. Tom Nook's bitch ass will probably be in there like, hey, $1.
Yeah.
Get this good stuff right here.
That dirty bastard.
Yeah, I know. He's going to be there. They're going to use him to make money. Like legitly now. They're gonna be like, yeah, Nook's gonna be there fucking selling shit for $1. You want this fucking hat? $1?
I do want the hat. I do.
I hope they put in. You remember on Animal Crossing GameCube? I think it was original Animal Crossing. They put they had the little Nintendo NESs in there. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yes, you could buy there was that one dealer guy that came around once a month or something, like the salesman guy, and you could go to him and he would have all the real rare stuff, and he would every once in a while he'd have a little NES, and it would have a game. It was literally you were for the game money in Animal Crossing, you could buy an NES game. There was 20 of them in the game, a whole virtual console list of NES game. It was the whole game. And literally, I had as many as I could get. My Animal Crossing thing was one room. I had just NESs across the whole wall. I had a bunch of stuff. I had the whole I had 15 of them. I had them all, because it took forever to get them. But I had so many of them, and it was awesome. I ended up rebuying some of them on the damn virtual console too. So how Nintendo does. get you any way they can.
I will admit I was kind of disappointed Nintendo missed an opportunity to capitalize on double promotion because I was on the roof in New Donk City and I thought there was a Switch. I thought there was a Switch. I was like, oh, it's a Switch. That's so cool. And then like, no, it's just a laptop. I was sad.
Oh, you thought like they had a little mini Switch in the game?
I was hoping I'd have like this little mini game where I'm use Mario to take over a dude, and I play a dude playing a Switch, playing Mario in a Mario game. I want some meta shit.
Well, did you see the Doom thing has Doom in it? The old Doom.
Yeah.
Or no, the Wolfenstein. No, the Wolfenstein. That's what it was. It was Wolfenstein. Has the old Wolfenstein, the original.
Oh yeah, I remember.
First person shooter ever. The new Wolfenstein has that in it in an arcade machine.
That's
if you
so
get, like
cool.
in the game somewhere, you can go there and play it and play the whole game.
I love retro games like that. I think it was it the Darkness or something that had it's not a retro game, but it had like a full episode of Popeye or some like random old cartoon.
I didn't play the Darkness, but did it really have a cartoon
I think it was the Darkness had like a full episode of some old black and white cartoon. I want to say it was Popeye.
That's
and
awesome.
I sat there just sitting in this, very horror-centric action game, just sitting there like, I love this show.
That was like a comic book game, wasn't it?
I don't think so. It might have had a comic book parallel, but I don't know.
I'm thinking of Darksiders.
Darksiders, that was the
There's
comic
something
book
else.
one,
Yeah, that was comic. That's what I was thinking of. Never mind. I know what game you're talking about, though, and yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Oh, I'm excited for Nintendo.
I'm telling you. Nintendo's got good shit, man. And I mean, look, we only, like you said, we only know what's coming out this year.
Yeah.
So who the hell knows?
The only thing that we know that's tentative is Metroid Prime 4. We have no idea when that's coming out.
Yoshi is too. There's a Yoshi game.
Which Yoshi game?
The new Yoshi. The cardboard Yoshi.
Oh, I thought that was coming out this year. It's not?
No, that's next year, 2018. Early. It'll probably be Yoshi will be the early first party Nintendo game that year.
Yeah.
The middle one will be a surprise, and hopefully this
Yoshi
is by
does feel like a spring
this is me
game.
being very this is me being very optimistic that Metroid will be the end of your game, but it's probably not gonna happen. It's probably gonna be next year after that.
Yeah, probably.
I'm being very optimistic.
Also,
I want it to be.
Before we go, I wanted to let you know that I believe it was yesterday when I was at work. I was thinking of you. I saw a guy from across the street with a Half-Life shirt.
Oh man, Jesus!
And I was like, "Is that Matt? Is there hope?"
It was probably fat ass Gabe fucking Newell, fucking asshole.
You think he walks in the
hope
street?
He can choke. I hope. Well, probably not, because someone would shoot his bitch ass. No. I'm just saying. I mean, they would just,
Gabe only walks on
streets
paved with gold.
Let's not ever make games that people want anymore, because I'm making too much money doing nothing but making a fucking store. Yeah, that's Gabe Newell right now. I mean, I'm just being honest. It's him.
Yeah.
Damn you! You ruined the whole night by bringing up that bastard.
My apology. I just wanted to let you know that I was thinking of you. I was trying to be heartwarming.
If you would have been thinking of me and saw like the announcement for Half-Life 3 and took a picture of it and sent it to me, and I was like one of the first people to ever see it, like I would.
Oh, if I see Half-Life 3, I might bust through your phone to let you know.
Like the Kool-Aid Man. Come through like, hey!
Oh yeah! Half-Life 3!
Oh yeah! Yep. Oh yeah. One day, man. Half-Life 3 will happen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can guarantee that. Watch. It'll happen. Because the motherfucker is going to start running out of money once everyone has digital stores and they all start dropping Steam. And then they're like, oh, what am I going to do? Well, fuck. I got one thing I can do. Half-Life 3. And it's
all we need to do is never buy another Steam game.
I love
Everyone
Steam,
together.
though, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, so do I.
Awesome, though.
That's why he has all the money.
Fuck him. We can't win. Damn. Cannot win with him, man. I'm telling you. Look, I love Valve, honestly. One of my favorite companies ever. I wouldn't say I love Gabe or Gavin or whatever he likes to be called, but I almost did one day, a long time ago, until he shitted on me and said he was never going to finish the story. That that I hold dear to my
I'm
gaming.
I'm
Love.
just happy that we live in this world where I can say there are too many games. There are too many good games for me to play right now, and I do not have enough time in the day. It is
Yeah, and even
ridiculous.
if Half-Life 3 came out, all of those would be like no one would talk about them for like 2 months, 3 months. That's the kind
Yeah,
of
because
hold
the
that
world
game
would be
has.
ending. You'd
If
have
he
people
did
on the side of the street with freaking signs. The end is nigh.
Besides,
The end is
Half-Life 3
nigh.
is out next month. End of the world. Oh my
Whatever
God.
you got to do before the end of your life, you better get done now.
That would be crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
If the minute Half-Life 3 released, everyone started playing it. This game's awesome. It's the best game ever. That's it.
Uh-huh. Just that midnight release. Just it's an explosion.
Yeah.
Whole
That's
world
it,
just.
man.
Anyway, thank you for coming out, Map. For realsies this time.
Oh, yeah.
I got other stuff to do.
Yeah, me too.
We're here for you. Your Plyr2. Out.
Peace.
This your boy Skill and Coded Zeiss, and this is my review on the South Park Stick of Truth Fractured Butthole. Enjoy.
Douchebag! New kid, I swear I'm just an innocent hostage here.
Now the story is pretty good. It's basically, the story's a two-parter. Like the first half of the story, you and your friends, they call it the Coonin Friends. Basically what you do, you try to find a cat, which his name is Scrambles. And his reward is $100. And you guys gonna use that $100 to jumpstart your franchise and your Netflix series. Pretty good story. And the second half of the story is his hand right here called Mitch Connor. Basically, he's raising crime in the streets, so he can get the mayor fired, so he can become mayor and do whatever you want. Alright, this is the map for the Fractured Buttholes. Basically the same map as the Stick of Truth. Give you a quick glance at it. Now this is the customization page. Something new to the South Park series. They didn't have this type of customization in the Stick of Truth, so I got on a little mummy outfit just to show you guys real quick. The customization, you can change the colors and how it looks. If you play the Stick of Truth, they the little kids dress up as basically like the Lord of the Rings characters, but in a Fractured Butthole they use superpowers instead of the Lord of the Rings style of combat. So I'm showing you the various powers that you can get. Basically playing superheroes. They're making fun of the Marvel Comics and DC Comics characters. Now before every fight, you're able to choose the characters you want to use as your allies to fight along with you in each battle. Now the combat system is pretty cool. It's way different from the Stick of Truth. It's basically based on a grid system where you can move your character around, unlike the Stick of Truth where you just stay in one spot like a traditional RPG. Basically what you do is you choose your attack, and each attack has a different grid radius or range, as you would say, and you can attack based on how far or how close the enemy is to your proximity. Right there, my character has different like fart powers, so I just summoned my past self. I just went back in time and grabbed my past self to help me out in this battle. Now there's a crafting system where you can craft various objects to help you out in battle. In this game you have a thing called artifacts where you can attach it to your DNA to make you stronger, basically like your power level. Drive along through, you see that? One of the reasons I like this game so much is the characters like have conversations during combat.
I thought you ninjas could turn into smoke and whatnot. Nah, that's not authentic ninja move.
What's also convenient is they have a nice little quick map you can pull up while you're in the world. Another small touch I like about this game is how they introduce their bosses, like Mitch Connor, a page taken straight from Borderlands. Now, did the game achieve its purpose? I believe so, because I don't even watch South Park like that, and I enjoy this game thoroughly. But if you're a avid South Park watcher, you will get more out of this game. Now, is this game offensive? Of course, it's a South Park game. They make fun of everything. Like this guy right here. He's a Flash, but he's got crutches and his legs are broken. So they make fun of every aspect in this game. So I thoroughly enjoyed this game. Any bugs? I ran into a couple bugs where when I like skip a cutscene, because I did 2 playthroughs to get the platinum trophy. Like my character disappeared and I couldn't do anything. That's like one of the bugs I ran into, but all in all, it's a pretty good game. Controls are pretty simple. It's a turn-based combat game, which means you can take your time and strategize on what attacks you can do, or figure out your opponent's weaknesses through the inspection mode. All in all, it's a pretty good game. Like I said, thoroughly enjoyed myself. I played through this game twice to get the platinum trophy because I was never bored of playing this game. My rating, like I said, I'm not an avid South Park watcher, so I give this game a 8.5 because of the game and the story is pretty good. Now, if you're an avid South Park watcher, you watch this every day, the game would be a 10 out of 10 because you know what's going on even more than I was, because I wasn't lost, but I understand everything was going on because they explained everything pretty well. Alright, this is Ski. This is my review of South Park Fractured Butthole. I'm out of here. Ski!
Oh boy,